In this video, I'm going to share with you in one weekend on Facebook how I sold $60,950 in sports cards, and I promise it is going to be worth your while. And if this video, if you stay to the end and it's not worth it, you can message me on Instagram and I will personally PayPal you your hourly wage just for wasting your time. That's how confident I am that this video will be worth it to you. So just before I go into it and show you exactly what I paid, how I got each card, I'm literally going to show you my personal bank statements and wires so you can see exactly what I got for it, just so you know there's no BSing. I want to share with you my concept and like why I bought these cards, etc. So back in October, November-ish, I was buying a bunch of baseball stuff because it was cheap. And now February, spring training is around the corner. We're going to the season. A lot of the stuff goes up in value. And if you know what you're doing, you can make really, really good money. So in this video, I'm going to share with you when I bought each card, how much I paid for each card, what I sold it for, my thought process behind each card, and I have a slide deck that's going to show you everything I'm talking about. So I'm going to jump to my computer and let's get into it. Okay, so this is the Facebook post I made. I didn't put these cards on eBay, Instagram. All I did was one kind of sloppy Facebook post with this picture, and I blurred out my name and the group because I'm going to keep that private. But you can see 143 comments, and I probably got around 30 to 40 inbound messages. So there's a ton of interest, and as you can see, most of it, not all of it, but most of this stuff is baseball that I bought a few months ago. So I'm going to go over every card I sold, how much it sold for, and all that good stuff, and I put this nice slideshow together for you guys. So these are the pictures of the cards. It's just a better view. These are some more cards, some more, like I said, mostly baseball. So this is the first card I sold, and this is actually the eBay transaction of me buying it. You can see exactly when I bought it on November 30th for $10,600. Now, when I bought this card, my plan was to crack it out and send it to another grading company. Now, you're probably looking at the grade and you're thinking to yourself, Eric, why would you crack out an 8.5 and send it to a grading company? The card's probably in bad condition. Well, this year, Ronald Acuna, 2017, was a very easy year to grade cards. So a lot of the time, I've cracked out 8.5s like this before and 9s and resubmitted it to PSA and it would get 10s. Doesn't happen often, but you know, I was playing with house money because I knew this card was going to go up in value. So in the next 2 or 3 months while I was trying to get this card graded, if it didn't work out for me, I knew I would make a little bit of money on it, and it was like almost a no-risk investment because, you know, there's no downside unless, God forbid, he gets hurt. So you can see exactly what I paid, right? I paid $10,600, and then I spent $300 to get it graded at PSA. Now, it got a PSA 8. I was kind of disappointed. I really thought it would get a 9. The card didn't look that bad. And then I sent it to Beckett, and it got an 8.5 again, actually exactly with the same exact subgrades, 2 9.5s and 2 8.5s. And then I sold the card for $12,000. So I was into it for $12,000, it's $10,600, $300, $150. These were my grading costs. Didn't grade for me, and I sold it for $12,000. So I only made $950 on the whole ordeal in 2 to 3 months. But I had almost no downside. Like, what if this card graded a 10? Right? I would have made 20 grand. Or what if it graded a PSA 9? I probably would have made $4,000 or $5,000. So that's the first card. The second card is this card of Bobby Witt, and I was not planning on making this video, so excuse the bad picture, but this was a card I paid $11,000 for. Actually, it was like a half cash, half trade type of thing, and this is what the card was originally. It was a BGS 9 with a 9.5 corners, 9.5 edges, 9 centering, and 9 surface. I cracked it out, and I sent it to Beckett, and as you can see, it got a 9.5. You newer guys are probably thinking to yourself, why would the same grading company give the same card a different grade? And what you're saying makes sense, but you could clean a card, wipe down the surface issues if there's any, and the card could improve. Also, grading is a subjective thing, right? People are having a bad day one day, having a good day the other. It might give a card a different grade. If you look closely here, it says 22 out of 25. That's the serial number, and you can see the same card, right? 22 out of 25. So the same exact card went from a 9 to a 9.5. Now, honestly, I thought I was going to make a little bit more on this card. I sold it for $17,000, and after the grading cost, I made $58.50. And to be specific, the person that bought these 2 cards that I just showed you, it came in one deal. So he paid me $29,000, and I was into them for $22,200. So at the end of the day, I made a $6,800 profit. And this is the wire transfer. This person actually wired me. When you do transactions of this amount, it's just easier to wire because there's no fees. The person knew me. He trusted me. It's not like I was going to run with these cards. So these cards actually came in one deal. I sold them through that Facebook post, someone that messaged me, and I made $6,800 on it. Not life-changing money, but if this card graded a 9, I probably would have made like 8, 9, 10 grand, which isn't bad. All right, that's the first card. The second card is this card of Anthony Volpe. Now, I had a couple of these cards, the same exact card, so I don't know which was the exact one I sold, but I paid $3,000 in November, and I knew his value was going to go up for a multitude of reasons, right? He's a Yankee. He's probably going to be a starting shortstop this year, and that holds a lot of weight. Now, usually on a card like this, I make more money, but the market, I kind of bought it in November. The market went down in December, and then it came back up in January, February. So I paid $3,000. I sold it for $4,100 via Venmo, no fees, and you can see the Venmo transaction right here. I mean, $1,100 profit just for holding a card. I mean, that's not too bad. So the next one is a Fernando Tatis. Once again, excuse the bad picture. Wasn't planning on doing this, but this was simple. I paid $600 at the Dallas Card Show. I believe it was in November, and his value just went up a bit. And also, I got a good deal. I paid the guy $600 in cash, and I sold it for $900 via Cash App. $300 profit, right? I made a 50% ROI just passively holding the card. Like I didn't do anything with it. It just sat on my desk. Just sat on my desk like this. So not bad, 50% ROI. The next one was this gold Julio Rodriguez. So this is being paid for today, so I don't have the wire transaction. But back a few months ago, it was a trade dash cash deal, and I was into it for $13,000. Julio Rodriguez's value went up, and I sold it for $18,300 via wire, a $5,300 profit. And once again, not bad for just holding a card, right? You can't go wrong with it. I was just playing the volatility of the market. Next one is this lot of, just so you guys can see this better, this lot of raw cards and this one graded card. So this came in a bigger deal. I was planning on getting these cards graded, but I didn't think they would grade well. The person that I sold them to, I let him know this. I thought they were going to be 9s. And for these 4 cards, for these 5 cards, I paid $6,000, and I sold them for $6,900, profit of $900. And you can see how I got paid. Half of it was through Zelle for $34.49. The other half is $34.50. Comes out to $6,900 total. And once again, I could have made more if I got them graded, and they graded well, but I didn't think they would, so I never even bothered. They just sat around on my desk. Honestly, I probably could have sold them for a little bit more. Next one is, I don't have a good picture of this, but it's this card circled right here, this Marcelo Meyer blue. It's actually the same exact card as this. I had 2 of the same card with the same subgrades. Different cards, same subgrades, same type of card, both a blue Marcelo Meyer, but this one's different. And I paid $1,000. I spent $150 to get it graded, and I sold it for $1,850. And, got it graded. It's graded well for me, and I sold it via Venmo for $1,850. So, not too shabby for just gradient card. And that is it for all the cards I sold. So I put together this little Google Doc just so you could see a broad overview. So these were all the cards I sold that I just went through. These are the amounts I sold them for, where it's underlined. And the total amount comes out to $60,950, and the total profit on everything was $15,100. So I want to kind of explain my thoughts and kind of my overview of what I thought went down, and maybe I could have done things better, maybe I could have done things a little bit better or worse. But let's head back to the camera. Okay, so my thoughts on the whole ordeal. So honestly, I'm not saying this to be cocky or sound conceited, but honestly, on doing stuff like this, like timing the market, I usually make a little bit more money. The reason I didn't is because a lot of this stuff I bought was in September, October, November, and in November and December, the market kind of took a crap and went down. So I bought it, it went down, and then I had to come back up. So overall, I invested about $45,000. I made a $15,000 profit. That's about a 33% ROI. Not bad for a few months, but usually, honestly, it's like 50, 60, 70%. But I just happened to buy this stuff, and then it went down, and then I had to kind of come back up. Usually the market goes down in November, December, but with the pandemic, because everything was so high, it kind of came to a crashing halt. Usually it doesn't crash as hard as it did. Honestly, I didn't time the market as well as I probably could have, but it's all good, right? Still $15,000 in a few months. And I still have a lot more to sell. I probably have about another 80 to 100,000. This was just off one Facebook post in the past weekend, and I thought you guys would enjoy it to kind of see underneath the hood and behind the scenes of what it looks like, how much I pay for cards, my thought process behind getting them, when I buy them, etc. I'm a pretty open book. I know a lot of people don't like to talk about how much they paid for cards because, you know, some people think it's kind of like, I don't know, some people don't like people who flip stuff. So I thought you guys would enjoy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I love making content like this and showing you guys as much in-depth stuff as I possibly can. If you like this, there's gonna be a video below this video that, you know, would be even better probably than this one. If you like this, you'll definitely like the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. Like, comment, subscribe for more stuff like this. I'm always an open book. Any questions you have, you can hit me up on Instagram at EricMichaelMLP or leave a comment. I try to respond to as many comments as possible. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video.